everyone. I am actually kind of excited slash nervous, but I am actually going to tell you guys my journey of how I became a recording artist today. From a bullied, depressed kid to being a 21-year-old who's actually more success as an artist. So basically, all started a long time ago. I'm actually, let me start from the beginning actually. So basically, I was actually adopted at birth into a white family. My birth parents flew from Georgia, Atlanta, and I was born in West Valley, and then basically I've been raised here. And once I started hitting, I think elementary school, that's when things got really hard for me. Actually, I actually was picked on for my skin color, my disabilities, and literally, actually, there was nobody who helped me. My principal even didn't do anything about it. And I thought things were gonna be easier, but it never, it never did. Eventually, I got put into a treatment center when I was only 9 years old. It was hard because there was nobody to wake you up from nightmares, to hug you, read you bedtime stories. Next, no, you're stuck with all these other people who kind of gives you really bad fright. Like one time, this girl, she lost her temper in so many ways, like a temper tantrum, broke her pencil, and started running around with a jagged one, and actually put it in someone's arm. That was scary. But next thing I thought everything was gonna go back to normal when I got back after 3 months. It never was. The bullying got worse. I was transferred from school to school, and eventually junior high. I junior high was not easy actually. My friends actually, I noticed they stopped inviting me to things. Walking home from Walmart, that's like a block away. I remember coming back home, and then all of them just hanging out. Wondering, oh, they're probably just busy or probably forgot. That wasn't the case. I mean, they talked to me a few times. We did hang out, but not as much. And then all of a sudden, they stopped contacting me, and I didn't know why. I thought we were just busy and stuff, and no, it actually got way worse. Um, so basically, from that point on, I was alone in junior high, and the bullying was even more terrible. Like literally, junior junior high was a dance recital. We were all getting ready to take our vows and stuff, and this group of teenagers, and this group of teenagers actually in the backstage, they filmed me, and actually posted of me something and doing embarrassing. My parents knew from when the curtains came up. My parents knew from the start something was wrong, and they found me in the bathroom crying. One thing I don't get out of people from them, why would they ever pick on somebody to make them feel better? Especially for someone that has dark skin like me, being the only black person in the neighborhood. Well, now, because everyone else is married and there's not many people. And basically, I wasn't able to talk clearly and actually try to make people understand more. So I just started singing, actually. And that's one way to express, because all the songs I've sang, I feel like I could connect to them more. Sorry, but basically just thinking about it. Why would they ever just pick on somebody? It's not right. I started songwriting, anyways, back from that. I started songwriting actually in, I think, junior high, my ninth grade year, and just finding the passion of it, you literally can just feel so much emotion behind it, and it was phenomenal. You like literally, whenever I have my depression moments, I have to open my book, write all these songs down, and I just feel more confident. And my mom actually decided to know, you know what? If he's gonna do it, he like sleeps, breathes, and eats singing. So why not? And then eventually she found me vocal coaches. One, she wasn't very supportive because one time I got nervous because I did not know the lyrics quite well. She said I was immature, so it was when I ran off because I needed some place to go. Um, and basically I got stuck in my nasal tone, which is why I talk so nasally now, and it's been very difficult, and that's what actually got worse. And then I started doing voice lessons with Deborah Bonner. She's been such a good mentor to me. She helped me with my confidence actually back to being normal. She helped me be more confident actually of who I am, and it was actually great. And then I hit high school. Still think my sophomore year, I think still things were great. Now, in a matter of fact, I was actually in choir, and the people who I thought they were friends when we were younger, sorry, when they were younger, actually, they started hanging out with these jerk people. And when I was in front row in choir practice, they started throwing paper things at my hair and trying to make me react. And I told them to stop. The teacher told them, but even outside of school, it was worse. And then I didn't. And then basically wrote all the songs, so my mom read them, and she knew from the start what I was going through. And that's when I actually started recording my first original. I was actually 17 years old by the time. So my junior, I recorded my first single. I was hoping I'd actually become more popular and actually sing my recordings I wrote. Like I was junior high. No, high school. My bad. So high school, it was even more fun because basically I actually got to sing my talent show after trying out the first year to make it. My junior, I actually made it into it, and I sang Never Enough. Never Enough has always been such a huge song and power anthem to me because that's actually helped me a few times through competitions. Like just last year, actually, I sang Never Enough and actually advanced to the finals of the Sing Utah Summer Vocal Competition. And I know I didn't win, but it still felt like such a huge accomplishment because I tried out twice one time in that thing. I only made it to semifinals, but that year made it so much more better. But back to high school, actually. Again, I tried out again. It was great. And I remember one time in class, there were people that were a bunch of football jocks, actually. They were actually bullying me and made so many stupid jokes about me, like being how I've done with chicken stuff. So, like, literally joke around saying, "Hey, Caleb, how do you milk a chicken?" It's just very hard a lot just trying to figure out things. And next thing you know, often people bully you about something you love. Like, I love my chickens. I have actually over 60 of them. Um, but stepping away from that, actually, yeah, it's hard when you have people that pick on you for something you are into. And then, fast forward a few more years, my senior year of high school, I sang again my talent show. I sang Praying by Kesha because that song basically has such a huge message saying, like, you forgive and forget them. I know my deacons priest came by the time, and, like, great, they came. But basically realizing back in Sunday school, I remember they stopped talking. Like I said, they stopped talking to me. They stopped inviting me to things. And actually in Sunday school, they stopped sitting right next to me. And activities like scouts, deacons, priests, they stopped inviting me. They didn't invite me to be on their teams anymore, and I was just blanked out. And what else? I basically lost my faith in the church. I I never felt so alone. Instead of having people expect me to be this perfect, happy person growing up. My life was never perfect. My life was never easy, and basically the truth is I haven't been doing well, especially this year lately. Um, so back to then, I came back. I actually was on a family trip more last year. I remember one of my friends. We used to be best friends when you were like 4 or something like that. He asked to start over. I'm like, uh, sure, but one question: why did you not invite me to things like we used to and stuff? Like I invited you to my parties and events, but you never back. And they said I was always emotionally manipulative and toxic. So I said, let me think about it. And then a few weeks later, I started thinking. After thinking about it, I came back to him and saying, "Thank you so much for wanting to start over. But what you guys did really hurt me over those years. I know you're more mature. I know you're more mature than me. So have a good life. Life. Congrats on getting married. I hope you understand." And that's when he blew up at me, actually, saying how I was as toxic as heck, by the Hell. And I always wanted them to come back. He said I always wanted them to come back and on their knees, basically, say apologizing. That's not true. Like, sure, I want an apology, but not, with them going so dramatic. Sometimes being sincere actually does help. Uh, and next thing you know, it doesn't help. Basically, though, that's when I started writing my music. I actually got more serious into it. Um, I actually was in a competition, I think it was last year. I was actually one of the three youngest people competing, actually. I was in a Christian pop competition. I actually started getting back into church probably a year ago. And I started writing Christian pop music, actually. And my first one was called He Lives, and and it was probably one of my favorite things, writing something basically about the church, and I don't know, it just feels so much better and stuff. Realizing that you still have faith in you. And next thing you know, still remember working on it. Like, even right now, I'm still struggling with friendship problems. Last year when I was in middle school, called A Christmas Carol, I remember talking with a bunch of people. I always loved talking about my animals and stuff like that. And this one person actually told me, "Do you mind stepping away? You're kind of freaking me out about how you talk to your animals." I'm like, um, sure. I don't get it. I talk about my animals a lot, and I try to be normal, but I guess it doesn't work out. So I started previously working more in competitions. I actually was in one this year. I am now a two-time grand champion soloist, actually, for America on Stage, and it was another phenomenal thing. It like I don't know, even losing basically that means you're working your way up to be something incredible. And that's basically when I wrote my new song that I released this year called "Who You Are," because that was basically about my personal trials, how friends abandoned me for what I was, but there's only one person that actually understood me because He created me, and that was God. God gave us all of our talents. Um, he gave us all of our talents, and He knows never to bend someone for who they are. He knows who you are, and He knows who I am. So people out there who have friends who are maybe toxic and stuff, I know it's hard to be friends with them, but everybody deserves kindness and patience. It makes you know thinking it's a good idea to leave them. It's not. I mean, I admit I was actually kind of a jerk back then. I was cocky, overconfident, everything. But when they left me, that actually made my that made my personality and my emotions so much worse. So please, guys out there who have friends who are maybe toxic and stuff, try to keep being friends with them. It's worth it because they can change over the years, and some people don't. And next thing I'm realizing, though, in the past of all the trials I've been through, I now realize one thing: the challenges and the scars I've gotten from this, it made me someone who I am today. It makes I have never gotten so much inspiration before writing music to actually feel my emotions and actually feel like I'm not alone anymore. But now I don't know, but right now I'm actually thinking about starting up my own vocal classes and being a mentor for somebody because now I know the one thing I was taught is to find songs who that connect to you and write songs that you feel like you connect to, nothing that you feel like you have to do. But yeah, now I'm a singer songwriter. I've been producing. I've been working with producers. I've been writing new songs. I'm actually writing a new. I'm actually doing a new music video coming out soon. I'll make sure to give you updates about that. Thank you so much, guys.